What'd you take of Andrew Berry's comments on Nick Chubb, saying he's going to test the market and
most likely hit the market? That whole thing is wild to me because the Browns have been so steadfast on how much they love him. And, Nick Chubb's was the Players Tribune thing he did last year, talking about the Browns and how, he was worried about, coming back and all these. Like, I don't know, man. I always thought the Browns were going to just give him a sweetheart deal no matter what because they love him. And he's, means a lot to the organization, to the fans, to the locker room. But when I heard him say he's entering free agency, or did he say test free agency maybe?
He's going to reach free agency.
He's going to reach free agency. That was very, very interesting, the wording of that. Because it wasn't like, well, we're working on it. He didn't say that. He didn't say like we're confident we're going to get something done, or like teams say that all the time. They didn't say it in this case. And look, I get it. Like he didn't do much last year that warrants him coming back on a new deal that's lucrative, So going to be interesting, man. The fans are going to be really rowdy, I think, come fall if Nick Chubb's not on the team and Myles Garrett's not on the team.
What if Nick Chubb's wearing a Steelers uniform next year?
Dude,
it'd suck.
Can you imagine?
Man,
it was bad enough with Joe Hayden, who was loved also here in Cleveland.
Yeah, but this dude would be scoring touchdowns in your building. Nick Chubb.
Let me tell you something. The more I thought about this, and I've thought about it a lot since we talked about it earlier this morning, this is a bad job by the Browns because they have paid so much money to so many guys. Mm-hmm. There was part of me that was like, well, maybe Nick Chubb wants to leave. I guess that's possible, so I'll leave that as a possibility. This can't really be about Nick Chubb. He's not an idiot. His representation understands. Nobody's paying Nick Chubb a big guaranteed contract. He's been hurt for 2 years. He's getting older for a running back. He wasn't very good last year when he was healthy. So this is not like, well, the Browns only offered him $3 million and he thinks he can get $8 million. Nobody's paying him $8 million. Nobody's paying him even $5 million, I would think, guaranteed. Maybe he can make that with incentives. The Browns, this guy has been...
The Browns think he's even worth any money?
Maybe they don't. But I just feel like some guys you got to keep like as part of the culture of the team.
Yeah.
They don't have many
maybe
guys.
They don't care about that. I mean, the culture's been shit.
Yeah, but yes, that's true.
And it's hard to be a culture changer in the locker room when you're not going out there and rushing for 2,000 yards either.
I get it, but like if for nothing else, do it for the fans. It's like the one guy that you lost everybody that's good.
Is there any chance they're going to let Chubb hit the market so he can set his own value basically and then come back to Cleveland and
I just don't see it that way because, again, unless Nick Chubb's getting crazy with the money, I don't see how this is a money thing. I think they've just decided, they're all about their numbers and the analytics, and I'm a big analytics guy. But this feels like we don't care about the passion, the emotion of the situation. It's only money.
Well, I agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate for the sake of showing the other side or at least talking it out. What if they have no idea what to pay Nick Chubb? And they say, we have no idea how to value the kind of player you'll be in 2025. Go out in the open market. Find the best offer. We'll match. So you make sure you feel like you got a fair market deal from us and you don't feel like whatever we offer is undercutting what another team would.
I don't buy that.
And he comes back. I don't think it's crazy that it could happen, but I also think at the end of the day, if Nick Chubb's not in a Cleveland Browns uniform next year, the vibes of the entire fan base heading into the season, even with the rookie quarterback, if they draft one at 2, they'll be higher. Like, that'll outweigh losing Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
But instead of just having all the momentum going to the season because we finally have our next savior of the franchise, there will be a step back because it's Nick freaking Chubb.
If he signs for $1.5 million guaranteed with the Steelers, we're going to be like, what, they couldn't have paid him that?
Yeah, it'll be outrage. Outrage.